Hey, what's up, everyone? So, I was actually debating on creating an entire habit series because there's definitely more than one way to break a habit. And so, leave in the comments down below what you think about that. Should I go with the habit series? I might do like 6 to 8 habits and how to break those habits. But one thing that has always rang true and been really, really funny to me is the saying, it takes 21 days to create a habit. And I just kind of think that's bullcrap because have you ever done something very difficult for 21 days and all of a sudden becomes easy because you did it for a 3-week process? It's never really worked for me. But one thing that happened to me was when I went from weighing close to 280 pounds to weighing more around 180 to 190, food was an addiction to me. And food continues to be an addiction to me. But what I implemented were some steps that made it achievable for me. And one of the most important steps I implemented was I made getting to certain foods much more difficult. When you have those foods in the house on a regular basis, it's really difficult not to eat those foods. To this day, it's still difficult for me not to eat those foods. I actually did an upload on what was your favorite breakfast cereal. It's still my favorite breakfast cereal as a kid and as an adult, and that would be Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And whenever there's Cinnamon Toast Crunch in the house, it's probably going down. Actually, no, it's not probably going down. The only time I can absolutely stay away from Cinnamon Toast Crunch is when I'm getting ready for a fight, because I know there's a set date and that's game time. That's going to be another habit, actually, that I will talk about later on, but it's setting specific goals. But anyway, back to when you take things and you make it much more difficult to obtain or get to, it starts off pretty difficult because it's hard not to do. You want those particular things. But as you avoid them more consistently and more often, they become easier to the point you're not even thinking about it anymore. And that's one excellent way to build a habit into something. This can be used in not only with food, but let's say, hopefully you don't do this, but if you text on your cell phone on a regular basis while you're driving, I know there are some of you that do that, put your cell phone in the glove compartment just so it becomes much more difficult to do. You just won't do it because it's so much harder to do. It makes it inconvenient. You have to make some of the habits that you create in your life an inconvenience. And when they become inconvenience, your odds of doing it decrease quite a bit. When I help some of my clients, just doing that one thing, making it difficult for them to find certain foods that they absolutely crave, difficult to obtain, a lot of them end up losing like 10 to 15 pounds because usually it's the sweeter things, and it can also be soda, which is loaded with calories, and the sugar content, I think it's at like 50 to 75 grams per can of soda. So people don't realize how many empty calories they're really drinking at the end of the day. But make those very, very convenient bad habits much more difficult to obtain. Even if you're having trouble with smoking, if you don't buy cigarettes on a regular basis, as obvious as that sounds, it's more difficult because you have to drive, or make it where you will buy cigarettes, but you'll only buy them at a certain location. You'll only buy it at this location that it takes you 10 miles to get to. I guarantee your addiction is going to mellow out quite a bit. So give that a try. And again, let me know what you think. Should I start a habit series? All right, you guys have a great day. Thank you.